What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, I'm going to tread a little lightly if I can right now because the situation going on with Russia and Ukraine is getting quite hectic. As you guys know, President Biden is now in Poland, close to the city that I used to live in, towards the border of Ukraine. And he is trying to, do things there to ease tensions. President Putin has really been upset because he doesn't understand this cancel culture. Even with Dima, right? And he's one of my best editors here in Black YouTube. I can't even send him money. His PayPal is completely blocked. So it's affecting people who have something to do with what's going on and people who don't have nothing to do with this, right? So everybody's been affected by this, oil prices and whatnot. But Lisa Leslie, the retired senator from the city of Inglewood, she went to Morningside High School. Anybody from California, we love Lisa. Beautiful lady, great player. She's weighed in on Brittany Griner being held in Russia. And she visited a podcast. And what happened was, at the podcast, she said that she was told, and many people in the women's basketball community, to not make a big fuss out of it. All right? Because, Brittany Griner was in jail for 3 weeks before the general public knew about it. And, she's told him, hey, listen, don't make too much of a fuss about what's going on. The more we use it as a, make a big fuss, she could be used as a pawn. And as you know, many people in Russia that are the oligarchs have lost their wealth that can be detected. Some of them have lost, football clubs in the UK. Many rich Russians, by the way, live in the United Kingdom. All right. Many live in the United States. So a lot of people are being affected by this. All right. And so because things are getting more expensive in Russia, because Russia is being cut off from the rest of the world, they could use Brittany Griner as an example. And people like Dawn Staley, they're worried about it and all kind of other stuff. But I kind of want to weigh in on this because, in my honest opinion, this is something that maybe Lisa Leslie should not have brought out. All right. You probably shouldn't have brought this out. And the reason is because if people do make a big deal out of this, it could be bad for her. All right? It could be bad for her. This is a wartime. And so what's happening is that in war, especially when you're dealing with somebody like Putin, how many rules do you think there are? Okay? Brittany, like I said, I don't know what she was doing there. I honestly believe that she was set up. But the last thing that you probably need is for Americans to start making a big deal about this after you've put those people under all of these goddamn sanctions. You've put them in sanctions. You blocked all of their people's ability that have money to make money. And then you're going to demand that they give her back. Well, what else can you do to them that you've already not done? You have a high profile athlete that's there. Do you think Russia's going to be like, okay, well, yeah, I know that we lied about her being here detained, but so we're going to just give her back. No, obviously, when you're getting slaughtered like Russia is right now economically, what are you going to do? You can be like, okay, well, we got your person there. And I'm going to tell you how the USA is going to look at this. And I hope I don't get canceled. But hey, if we got to do what we got to do in Brittany Griner, something happens to, not end well with this. Hey, listen, it'll just be what it is. I don't quote me on that. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I honestly do believe, okay, though, that Joe Biden will make some sort of attempt to get her released. Okay? To get her released. Now, if it don't happen, I don't think the USA is going to be like, oh, well, you know, it's so sad. I don't think they're going to do anything to her, like in their life or anything like that. But yeah, I think that she's going to be used as an example. And Lisa should have kept this under wraps. Okay? Lisa should have kept this under wraps. Because I believe, and despite what people think about Brittany Griner, believe about her own personal life and all that other stuff, I'm not dealing with that. I believe that this lady has been over there for all these times. The quote unquote fake vape story. All right. Like, corruption is known. Why would she do that? You're making all of this money inside Russia as if they're not going to check your bag. She's been there for years. She's been making a lot of money over there for years. Why would she risk herself doing that? They detained her because of what? Because of what's going on. You think, and let's just say, for example, she was carrying that kind of stuff there before. Why they stop her right now? We all know what's going on. Okay? What did Putin say? He said in so many words, anybody get in my way, you're going to pay the price. What did the USA tell people in Ukraine and Russia? If you're a US citizen, you need to get what? Get the hell out of there. She didn't get out of there fast enough. That's what we're dealing with right now. Okay? And the last thing you need is a whole bunch of Americans, you know, making all kind of stuff. Well, free her, free her, free her. You can't free somebody when they're in Russia. Okay? Russia's already pissed off that America has gotten in their business by trying to get Ukraine into NATO. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't know who's right or who's wrong. All right. Obviously, I'm going to root for the side that I'm a citizen of in any way. But that's what Russia's looking at. You guys are interfering in our business. And it's kind of hard to, I don't know, the kind of guy that Putin is. I mean, he took the Crimea. You know, he's also saying things like, I've heard him say in so many words or read about what he said, like, who told you know, Ukraine that they could leave? They're always been a part of us, stuff like this. But he's looking at anybody outside of that as a problem. Hey, Lisa, you're not supposed to go out there and make this so public. Okay? If the president can try to save her and negotiate her release without being out of the wraps, they told you to say that for a reason. Okay? That's why Don Staley ain't man saying about it. That's why the other WNBA players, and sometimes we got to be able to just shut our mouths. All right? Just be quiet. Everything ain't meant for the podcast. Everything ain't meant for, you know, people to get clicks and views. Everything ain't meant to be getting social currency. Sometimes we just need to shut our ass up sometimes. Okay? I hope that she's able to come back to the States. I hope that she gets released. But I'll tell you what, like, if Putin would go this far, what's stopping him from going even further? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Already put you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.